Steam is once again going absolutely crazy with discounts, and today I want to show you 10 games or entire game series that everyone should experience at least once. And the best part is that right now all of these games are selling on Steam for just a few dollars with massive discounts that come back almost every big sale. So this video will stay relevant for a long time because these aren't random cheap games. These are real story-driven masterpieces, games with atmosphere, strong writing, and unforgettable moments. Some of them you might have heard about but kept skipping for years. Others you probably never even noticed, but I'm pretty sure that by the end of this video you'll want to play at least a few of them. So grab a drink, enjoy the video, and let's start with the first game.
What is this place?
Scars Above, a sci-fi action-adventure that focuses more on mystery and discovery than pure action. You play as a scientist who becomes stranded on a hostile alien planet after a mysterious artifact suddenly appears near Earth. From the start, the game creates a strong feeling of isolation. You're not a super soldier, you're a researcher trying to survive, understand your surroundings, and uncover the truth behind this strange world. The story is told through exploration, environmental details, and fragments of lost knowledge scattered across the planet. Combat is tactical and forces you to learn enemy behavior instead of just shooting everything. The alien world feels dangerous, unfamiliar, and genuinely interesting to explore. And considering that Scars Above is currently available with a massive 90% discount, it's an easy recommendation for anyone who enjoys story-driven sci-fi experiences. Next up is The Chant, is a psychological horror game that slowly pulls you into a very unsettling place. The game takes place on a remote spiritual island where a group retreat was supposed to help people heal from past trauma. Instead, something went terribly wrong. What makes The Chant special is how much it relies on atmosphere and emotional tension. There's a constant feeling that something isn't right. You're surrounded by nature, rituals, and spiritual symbols, but none of it feels peaceful. The story explores grief, guilt, and how people sometimes turn to dangerous beliefs when they're desperate for answers. Combat is limited and intentionally uncomfortable, which makes every encounter more stressful. The game wants you to feel vulnerable. And the nicest part is that right now The Chant is selling on Steam with a 90% discount, which makes it a perfect opportunity to experience this slow, story-focused horror without thinking twice. Then there's SOMA. This is not just a horror game. This is one of the most thought-provoking stories ever told in gaming. Set in an underwater research facility, SOMA slowly drags you into questions about identity, consciousness, and what it really means to be human. The horror here isn't about monsters chasing you. It's about the ideas the game presents and the situations it forces you to accept. Every conversation feels important, every discovery adds another layer of discomfort, and by the time you reach the ending, you'll probably just sit there in silence for a moment, trying to process what you experience. SOMA is the kind of game people recommend years after playing it, and the fact that right now it's selling for 95% off on Steam is honestly shocking. For this price, missing SOMA would be a mistake. Next on the list is The Beast Inside, a psychological horror game that tells two stories at the same time. One takes place in modern day, the other during World War I. At first, these stories feel separate, but slowly they begin to connect in disturbing ways. The game focuses on atmosphere, exploration, and psychological tension rather than constant action. It takes its time, letting fear build naturally. The environments feel oppressive, and the story gradually reveals darker and darker secrets. What really makes The Beast Inside stand out is how it uses its dual timelines to tell a single, twisted narrative about trauma and inherited darkness. And with the game currently selling on Steam at a 90% discount, it's a great pick for players who enjoy story-heavy horror with a slower pace.
Shrunken head, broken legs, body parts on the concrete. Cut 'em up.
Next on the list are Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide Definitive Edition. At first glance, these games might look like simple zombie action titles, but there's much more going on beneath the surface. The setting plays a huge role here. A beautiful tropical island, resorts, beaches, and hotels all completely destroyed by a sudden outbreak. This contrast creates a very specific atmosphere where violence and survival feel more disturbing than in typical zombie games. The story is told mostly through the environment, abandoned rooms, personal belongings, and small details quietly show how fast everything fell apart. It's not a deeply cinematic narrative, but it's immersive and emotional in its own way, and right now both games are bundled together on Steam with a 90% discount, making this one of the best zombie survival deals available. After that, we have The Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive series, which is widely considered one of the strongest narrative experiences in gaming history. This collection includes the complete story across all seasons, fully remastered. What makes it special isn't the zombies, it's the people, the relationships, the trust you build, and the impossible choices you're forced to make. The game constantly puts you in morally difficult situations. There are no perfect answers. Every decision feels heavy, and the consequences often come back much later in the story. Many players still remember specific moments from this series years after finishing it, and right now you can get the entire definitive collection with a 90% discount, which is incredible for how much emotional storytelling you're getting in one package. Then we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a massive open-world RPG that offers far more than just action and exploration. You play as Eivor, a Viking warrior trying to build a new home for their clan in medieval England. At its core, the story is about leadership, loyalty, and the difficult choices that come with power. Many story arcs feel personal, and some of them are surprisingly emotional. What makes Valhalla special is how much freedom it gives you. You're not rushing from mission to mission. You're building a settlement, forming alliances, and shaping your own version of Eivor's story. Side quests often feel like full short stories on their own, and considering that Assassin's Creed Valhalla is currently selling with a massive 90% discount, the amount of story content you're getting for this price is honestly insane. Next up is Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts, a game that delivers a more focused and immersive approach to tactical shooting. Instead of a huge open world, the game gives you large, carefully designed sandbox missions. You're encouraged to observe, plan, and think before taking every shot. The pacing is slower, and that's exactly what makes it so satisfying. The atmosphere is serious and grounded. There's a constant feeling of tension as you line up long-distance shots and quietly eliminate targets one by one. It's a game that rewards patience and precision, and since all entries in the Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts series are currently discounted by up to 90%, this is the perfect time to jump in if you enjoy tactical, story-driven shooters. Then there's Saints Row, the third remastered, which is a complete change of tone compared to the previous games on this list. This is pure chaos, humor, and over-the-top action. The game fully embraces its ridiculous nature with insane missions, wild weapons, and absurd character. It's not trying to be realistic or serious, and that's exactly why it works so well. Despite the madness, the story is surprisingly memorable, and the remastered version improves visuals and performance significantly, making it feel much more modern. And the best part is that right now Saints Row, the third remastered, is available on Steam with a 90% discount, making it one of the most fun games you can grab for almost nothing. And finally, we have the Tomb Raider Definitive Survivor Trilogy, which easily earns its place on this list. This trilogy tells the full origin story of Lara Croft, starting with her first fight for survival and ending with her becoming a confident and experienced adventurer. Across all three games, the story focuses on resilience, loss, and personal growth. The games combine cinematic storytelling, exploration, puzzle solving, and intense combat. Each entry builds on the previous one, delivering bigger environments, stronger character moments, and more emotional weight. And with the entire trilogy currently selling on Steam with a massive 90% discount, this is without question one of the best story-focused bundles you can buy right now. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos covering Steam deals, hidden gems, and free games. And once again, thank you so much for the support and for helping the channel reach 2,000 subscribers, and thank you as well for the huge number of views on the last video. That support really means a lot. Let's see if we can reach 3,000 subscribers before the new year. I would truly appreciate it.